This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. In one of the least surprising stories that you'll hear today, Rudy Giuliani, a leader in the party of personal responsibility, is being sued by his former lawyers for breach of contract, and they allege that he owes them nearly $1.4 million in unpaid legal fees that he's only paid like $250,000 of. You know, the people who bemoan student debt cancellation because, well, all you got to do is pay your debts. These people are being taken to court because of not paying almost $1.5 million in legal fees. This is from NBC News. Rudy Giuliani sued by his former lawyers, claiming he owes $1.4 million in unpaid legal fees. The lawsuit said legal services provided by the firm included early representation in what became the election interference cases in Georgia and Washington, D.C. Former Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani was sued Monday by his one-time lawyers in a lawsuit that says he owes $1.36 million in unpaid legal fees. You know how you don't accrue $1.36 million in legal fees, Rudy? Don't undermine democracy. Don't attempt to end democracy in the United States. Don't take part in an insurrection, an attempted overthrowing of the United States government by way of overturning a free and fair, settled American election. Just a little pro tip for you, Rude. Robert Costello, a partner at the law firm David Hoff, Hutcher, and Citron, sued Giuliani in New York Supreme Court. He and his law firm are seeking payment of legal services that Giuliani has received since 2019. According to the lawsuit, Costello's firm began providing Giuliani legal services around November 2019, which continued through July of this year. The lawsuit said legal services provided by the firm included early representation in what became the election interference cases in Georgia and Washington, D.C. The law firm alleges that it billed Giuliani directly for fees and expenses totaling more than $1.5 million, and that Giuliani only paid $214,000. In response to the lawsuit, Giuliani said the dollar amount sought was excessive. And here is, again, I love the hypocrisy. I love this is the rule for you, this is the standard for you, but no, not for me. Just like they whine about people having student debt forgiven, a very justifiable measure attempted to be taken by Joe Biden. They also take their PPP loans, but then that doesn't have to be paid. It's all a nightmare. But also it's the pull yourself up by your bootstraps, buck up, shut up, get over it, be a tough guy, whatever. Listen to this response from Rudy Giuliani. I can't express how personally hurt I am by what Bob Costello has done. I cannot express how personally hurt I am. Oh. I shouldn't enjoy that so much, but I do. Giuliani said that in a statement. It's a real shame when lawyers do things like this. And all I will say is that their bill is way in excess to anything approaching legitimate fees. Says the man who was charging Donald Trump or the GOP like $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a month or maybe more for his legal services in his attempt to end democracy in the United States. The lawsuit from Costello and his firm adds to Giuliani's legal woes. Earlier this year, he was sued in a wide-ranging $10 million lawsuit filed by Noelle Dunphy, a woman whose allegations included Giuliani harassing her and discussing the selling of presidential pardons after her hiring in 2019. Giuliani has denied those claims. In July, a disciplinary board for the D.C. Bar Association recommended that Giuliani be stripped of his law license over alleged malicious and meritless claims he made to undermine the 2020 election. A spokesman for Giuliani at the time said the move was part of a larger effort to deny President Trump effective counsel by persecuting Mayor Giuliani. And then last month, a federal judge found Rudy Giuliani liable for defaming 2 election workers and boosting Trump's stolen election claims. And that's not all. He faces criminal charges in Georgia as well, many felonies at the feet of Rudy Giuliani, and there will be many more millions of dollars in legal fees that he's probably not going to pay if he's not paying this lawyer. It's hypocrisy. It is projection. It is what's good for you is not good for me. It's just these people think they're special. They think they're different. They think they're better than the rest of us. It is whatever. And look, he's going to be. My estimation of this is he's going to be held accountable. Probably not for the full 1.36 million, but likely a large chunk of it. I don't know if it's going to go through the courts or they're going to sign an arbitrator to a mediator to go through this. I don't know. Anyway, good for you, Rudy. Storied history, and you will go down in the history books as a real hero. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always every day. Put it in your phone book daily at dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. If you appreciate what I do, whether that be my take, my stupid voice, my dumb face, or just the general cut of my jib, I would appreciate your support in what we do here. You can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, hit the super thanks button, or go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore everywhere, and I will see you next time. More likely, you'll see me. It's not a two-way thing. I wish it were. Be genuine. Take care of one another.